My bitches all bad, my niggas all real. I ride in dick in some big tall hills, big fat checks, big large bills, run out flip like 10 car wheels. Cold ass bitch, I give raw chills. 10 different looks, so my looks so kill.
Alright, ShortMeTina once again from ShortMeTina.com with my nightly recap. Let's just start off with the SPY. We've been doing it for quite some time, and you know, why change, right? So the overall markets, full disclaimer before I continue, we did short the SPY in the premium member community as a hedge. It doesn't necessarily mean that I am bearish on the overall market, but with the volatility that we experienced and the pullback that we experienced back in mid-October up until most recently as recent as late December, I thought it was a decent strategy to protect the long in our portfolios, because in the intermediate and the longer term, I am a bull, right? I still believe that the stock market has more to go before any kind of really major swift 40 or 50% correction. I think not quite 100% sure, but this may have been the bottom in December. And if you were brave enough to actually buy those December 24th or 26th lows, you're up about 12% in a matter of a few days. All right, so what am I paying attention to? We're up less than 1% on the day. We closed north of 263. So for me, the line in the sand was 260. Not just penetrating, but penetrating and actually sustaining that move. So far, so good. We've sustained, or we've traded above that 260 level now for about 3 trading days. Let's see if we can wrap up the week trading above 260 and actually go into next week with that momentum. If that happens, I think that would bode well for the bulls. All right, what else do we have? IWM, similar story, similar in the sense that it was also approaching its level of major resistance, which came in at around 145. But unlike the SPY, this is the first time today, sitting here at 145.83. It's the first time that the IWM has closed above that resistance level since hitting December 24th lows of around 125. Again, we most recently tried to penetrate that level, that 145 level. Couldn't quite do it. We went above it yesterday, but we closed below 145. The close was 143.45. Today we managed to do it. Similar to the SPY going into tomorrow and the remainder of the week, I want that 145 levels to hold. Again, full disclosure, I have been buying portions of the market in increments. If you had bought those December 24th lows, or if you were adding in increments with every 5 to 10 or 15% correction, as I've been encouraging, you'd be up something like 13 to 14% on that trade, right? So sometimes you have to do things that make sense to make money. What else do we have? All right, PCG, really quickly, we're off about, let's say, 75 to 80% in a matter of 3 or 4 trading days. Because of that, I said that there was a chance that you would get a pop and a bounce. You did get that pop and that bounce yesterday. It was not sustained today, right? It was not sustained. We couldn't hold on to it. We went as high as 832 today. However, we retracted or retreated back, closed at 636. The low of the day was 631. Does not bode well if you're long. I'm expecting more downside for PCG. Be careful. What else? All right, ACB. Let me say this. So if you're listening to my videos, you have to take what I'm saying in context, right? So for example, with ticker ACB, 2 days ago, January 15th, you know, when we saw that really huge shoot up or we shot up to around 752, I indicated, based on the candle and a lot of other metrics, I became relatively bearish at that point, right? So now we sit here, we're down about a little over 10% on the day, and based on this candle, right, if you understand candlestick charting, based on this candle, based on the close, based on volume, I am expecting more downside. Now, if you are long, you have to take into account whether or not you're a short-term long or you're a longer-term long, meaning you're looking to just get a big pop, or you're looking to actually hold on to, you know, this particular stock, using ACB as an example, for a long time. if that's the case, again, you have to place what I'm saying into context. So I am expecting more downside in the shorter term with ACB, but I am a longer term bull. So going into tomorrow, next week, I expect it to at least pull back to the breakout base of around 6 to 625. All right, what else do we have? All right, ticker RAD, daily chart, closed at 90 cents. We're up a little over 1% on the day. Huge green candle, 2 days of sideways action. Again, I think that this particular stock has a real shot at reaching $1, which is another 10 cents of upside. You know, calculate your risk and your reward to see whether or not the trade is worth it. I think RAD can see $1 in short order. What else do we have? All right, ticker APRN. The best thing you can do for yourself as a trader is learn how I trade anyway. Learn to identify levels of resistance. Learn to identify levels of support. They can be telling. In the situation of ticker APRN, we pulled back today. We're off something like a little over 10%, north of 11%. Why? Because the stock ran into resistance. And even when I did a video, I believe, on APRN yesterday, I indicated expect more downside. If you want to trade charts, learn candlestick charting. What else do we have? All right, ticker SGYP. What did I say? We're up about 19% on the day. Closed at 28 cents. What did I say? I said, don't call me until the stock is trading at around, I believe the numbers were 30 to 35 cents. Let's just give it a bigger range. Let's say 30 to 40 cents. At that point, things become really interesting because we would have pierced through this level of resistance. And let's say that resistance comes anywhere between 30 to 35 cents. Sitting here at 28 cents, being up about 20 cents on the day, being up about 20% on the day, it's looking like we actually want to surpass or overtake that resistance level. When that happens, put SGYP on your radar, or in fact, you can actually put it on your radar now and monitor the stock. What else do we have? All right, ticker CRON. There's a lot going on this chart, but that's just for me, and it's just kind of how I process things. But for you, for the sake of this video, you need to know a couple of things. The first thing you need to know is we actually went long CRON in the premium member community when the stock was trading at around 5. Sitting here right now, I think I see this is a pretty decent setup. My only reservation is volume. It's not doing it on decent volume. To me, this is an inverted head and shoulder, which is a very bullish pattern. If we can break above 14, I think you have a runner on your hands. The only thing that I'm personally going to be paying attention to is volume. You need volume to confirm. What else do we have? All right, ticker CRMD, a lot of bullish setups, right? So we pierced through resistance of around, let's say 185, 190, pulled back, closed right above that resistance level here, which now makes it support. We did it on volume, so I wouldn't jump in here, although it closed above resistance. I would monitor the stock going forward. Again, if you want to play it, you want to ensure that it stays above 190 with confirming volume coming in. At this point, I'd monitor, I wouldn't jump in. What else do we have? All right, ticker KTOV, another stock that respected resistance dating back to January of 2018. So this, you can say this $3 level represented resistance for the past year, and resistance is relatively strong because every time the stock gets to that resistance level, right, sellers come in, they push it down. They did it here back in January, they did it here back in June, then June, July, and most recently here in January. Again, resistance is real for ticker KTOV. So if at any point we can actually get above that $3 resistance, then you're looking at a potential runner. At this point, it's not a trade in my book. What else do we have? All right, ticker RWLK. I hope that there's several themes emerging in these videos. And one of the themes for me is don't just jump into a trade, right? You want to monitor the trade. You want to identify why you're jumping into a trade or why you're staying away, etc. So you see a particular stock, you see it going up, you see it going down. Don't just jump in for the sake of jumping in. Know why you're doing something. At any rate, with ticker RWLK, it's a daily chart. Stock is up about north of 16% on the day with volume. Again, paying attention to, let's say, that 27-ish area, which is resistance, 27 cents to be precise. If the stock can get above there, there is this beautiful, nice gap to be filled here at around 40 cents, representing not quite a double, but at least I want to say 50 to 70%. I know it's a range, I didn't do the math, but it's definitely around 50% of upside, which is decent, right? It's decent. So with RWLK, put it on your radar, put it on your watch list, and monitor. A break above 27 cents, sustained with volume, potential gap fill here at around 40 cents. So we're going to cap it there. ShortMeTina once again from ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed any portion of this video, do two things for me. One, head on over to my YouTube page at ShortMeTina, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. I do videos every single day. This ensures that you do not miss any. Then head on over to ShortMeTina.com, sign up, become a member. Thank you for listening, and as always, thank
I was born to flex, yes. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets, I like more than sex, but nothing in this world that I like more than checks. Money. All I really wanna see is the money.